mandolin players, and I'm here for another Facebook live mandolin lesson, and it's nice to have you here. And I'm decided to make this video about this subject. I got a question from Michael Cornegay asking me, Magnus, any tips on a starting point learning how to solo? Specifically tunes like All of Me, Shake of Araby, Avalon, etc. Thanks. And I want to say thanks to you, Michael, for sending me this question. Because, I really enjoy doing these videos, but even better if I can do it on a subject that serves you. And I think it's a very good question, because what is a good starting point to play these jazz standards? And in this video I'm gonna go through some ideas that you can apply to All of Me. You can apply these ideas to any song, but we're gonna work on the song All of Me today. And for those, some of you know me, some of you don't. My name is Magnus. I'm from Sweden, professional mandolin player and teacher. And let me see if there's some people watching here. I think there's 3 people right now. Very happy if you leave a comment. I got this simple question for you. When playing, or I can put the question like this. Did you ever try to play solo and improvise for a jazz standard? Yes or no? Very simple, straightforward question. Please leave it in the comment. I would be happy to see it. And for All of Me is the song that you heard me play in the intro for the lesson. I have some specific ideas, but first I would like to tell you a little bit about 3 false beliefs that I had when I started to play jazz mandolin. Because I decided to learn this style of music 9 years ago, and at that point I had also played a lot of other stuff on my mandolin, but I come to the point there were some things happening around that time that made me decide that I must learn how to play jazz standards on mandolin. And those beliefs that I had at that time, that I don't believe in today, the first one was this, that playing jazz is technically difficult. And I'm going to show you today that it's not. And as soon as I kind of could let that belief go, it would be so much easier. The second belief I had, that I had to know a lot of theory, a lot of scales, and 1,000 chords to play jazz music. And now, when a little more experienced, I know that is not true. And my third belief, that, okay, now I want to play jazz music. So it's probably about 3 to 5 years of only studies before I can actually go into playing songs. I was so wrong about that as well. Because you can go directly if you're new to playing jazz music, the first step you want to do is start playing songs. Like All of Me. So I'm telling you this because I think maybe some of you also have these beliefs, and hopefully during this little lesson I can clear out some question marks and have you understand that this is for all mandolin players. It's for you, it's for me. And now to the question, Michael. Any tips on a starting point? I have the first starting point for improvising for this tune. That would be learn the melody. You want to learn the melody of the song. And for All of Me, you will realize that it's not that hard actually. And this is a very good song to start, because I think most of us, at least people over 30 years old or something like that, will somehow know this melody. I don't know why, but All of Me is this kind of song that's part of our community, isn't it? And I play a little bit so you can hear how it is. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. And one thing I want you to recognize on there, you see this melody, I'm not moving my left hand that much. All these notes that I'm picking, it's just in this this register, not more than an octave of notes that I'm playing. And this really relates to the thing that I said about that playing jazz is not technically difficult. If we compare this to playing some fiddle tunes, like playing Cherokee Shuffle or any fiddle tune, like an old time or bluegrassy tune like that. And I mean, that requires a lot of technique. It's a lot of things going on in the right hand, in the left hand, and get this all synchronized. But listen to this. You see, not a very busy work for the right hand, and no big stretches, no going up and down. So the technical part of this is not a big challenge for you. I know you can do it. And a very good way is, I mean, if you know this song, maybe you know the lyrics, the words to it. All of me, why don't you take all of me? You just find this. So that is something you can hopefully start doing yourself. Learn the melody of the tune. And I go a little bit skip ahead now, but I also have this song notated with the mandolin tabs and all that. Because Michael, when you gave me those ideas, I decided to include both All of Me and Avalon in my upcoming Jazz Mandolin Academy. So, and until that, I'm sure you can find the sheet music for All of Me. Do a Google search or go look in a real book, for example, and you can probably find the mandolin fingerings and fretting yourself. But if you stay patient, I can also give you the tabs for it. So that's the starting point. I come back to the second thing, because there's 3 steps that I think you should really go through when learning to improvise. But let me just check here if I can see some comments in the live stream. That's very interesting. Now I was so lost. Starting point. Oh yeah. I come back to the second thing, because there's 3 steps. This isn't going well. I closed that window. Sorry for this. I'm actually trying a little new streaming setup here. Streaming it through my computer. Earlier when I did some Facebook Live, I was doing it from my smartphone. But now I'm trying to do this because I think there's advantages of it. And I thought I was be able to see the comments here. But now I can't find them. But I see some of you left some comments, and I'm very happy about that. Let's see if I can add that comments reaction. Yes, I have it. Russet Brown. You will learn to improvise. I know scale and chords. That's great. That's the starting point. Knowing melodies, scales and chords. Sabi is here. He knows a little bit about improvising. He can get lost and become frustrated. I know the feeling. Happens to us all the time. Mike De Jong from Japan. Awesome, he says. I could finally catch your live here in Japan. Thanks, Mike, for watching. It's fantastic. I'm sitting here in Sweden and reaching all the way to Japan. Thanks, guys, for being here with me. Yeah, I go on. I'm glad also that the technique seems to work here. Anyway, the second thing you want to learn after you know the melody, or while learning the melody for a tune, you would also like to learn the chord structure. Because the chord structure is like a framework for your improvisation. And a very, very good way to learn the chord structure and you want to learn how to play comping this song, and they play the accompaniment and rhythm. Because when doing that, you will also learn the chord structure. When I'm playing that, I also know this from my... I can play it by heart. I don't have to read it or anything. So all the time, I'm thinking now C or C6 maybe. Because you can only take the first 4 chords of all of me. That would be C or C6, E7, A7, D minor. 1, 2, C. Go to E7, A7, D minor 7. I stop there. So when learning the way to play the accompaniment for the song, you're also learning the chord structure. And when you know the chord structure, it will be so much easier to improvise over the song. Because in jazz, let's say that this song is in the key of C. We just don't pick a C scale and then improvise using the C scale over this whole tune. That's more common playing bluegrass songs or like Nordic folk that I play. That all the song stays in one key, or in that you can use one scale, for example, for the whole song. But when playing jazz music, there is more often like chord changes that you want to spell out using other arpeggios or other scales. That wasn't very clear described, but I can demonstrate it like this. Now that you know the melody and you know the chords, when you start seeing a little bit of the analyzing the melody, this is the melody part going over the C chord, right? And you see the melody, it's actually playing a C major triad, only out, so it perfectly is outlining the chord changes. Here's the E7 chord, and what is the melody playing? An E triad. And then to the A, and then to D. So using these shapes of the melody, you actually outlining the chord changes, and this is actually a very good starting point for starting to make your own melodies over these chord changes. And now we're improvising. And I also, because you remember I told you I thought that I had to know all these scales and all these arpeggios and all these things to play jazz. So I was also doing a lot of arpeggio exercises. Playing an arpeggio is like playing all the notes that the chords consist of. So for C, I was trying to find ways to play C over the whole neck, and then for the E I was doing the same. Things like that. And the thing is, I couldn't really apply that to improvising. I thought that was the way to do it. But now when a little bit of more experience, knowing the arpeggios, you can actually stay here like in this first position, but using the arpeggios for each of the chords, the C, the E7, the A7 and D minor, but only staying in this very small close position on these two strings that we're playing the melody also. That is the melody. If I just come up with an improvisation over those four chords, using these small little boxes here, this is arpeggios coming out of the melody itself. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Going a little bit on here, but you can see I'm maybe not the most brilliant thing I just played, but the important part is you play a melody that also is guiding the listener through these chord changes, and that is the key to get into jazz soloing, to be able to kind of it's like translating a chord structure into a melody almost. Let me see if there was something missing that I made some notes of. No, but so I think my point here is to start doing the improvising, learn the melody, learn the chord structure, and use your brain to see the connection between the melody and the chord structure. And just doing that, you will have a lot of knowledge and information to start making your own improvisation. And you can also think of the improvisation like only making small melody variations. But at the same time, you are keeping the chord sequence in the back of your mind, going through all this. And as I mentioned, this will be part of my this jazz mandolin method or jazz mandolin academy. I haven't decided the name yet, but it's really coming together very well, and I'm really proud of it. And thanks to Mike here, De Jong, I also decided to include this melody playing and improvising and soloing part in it. And that feels very good to me, because now it feels also quite complete as like a method. And for all of me, this is what we're going to be focusing on, outlining the changes, but not going for very wide arpeggios and scales or things like that. No, we're doing it using. We can only stay at 2 strings basically. We narrow down to this, but playing very. What is it? We're very consciousness of what the chord changes and the way that we spell it out. And I want to just demonstrate this again, playing through the song. And I'm going to do it putting up a backing track here. Because that's also, you don't need the backing tracks to practice this. You can do this without it. But also one very fun way of doing it is also to put up a backing track that you can play to. And this is also part of the course. So I'm putting up a backing track here, and I play through the song. Well, let's do it once. So, but trying to be very using only this narrowed down part of the neck, that like the melody shapes. So hope it can give you some ideas, Michael, and all others as well. So yeah, let's go for it. I hope also you can hear the backing track here. There's also a little introduction to it. Here we go, All of Me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. And so on. But you see, it doesn't need that much. It's not technically difficult. It's just it's just having fun and using this the knowledge you have. And right now we know the melody that sticks right here. So that's what we're using. That we're playing around with, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope you can. I mean, it's easier for me to now that I know it, to say that it's not difficult if you don't know it. But I want you to also get rid of this belief that it's something difficult and that you have to know all this, the fretboard going up like a wizard like this. Because we see those players all the time and they are fantastic and we get inspired by them. But there's also a lot of this in it for us. First position players, I call us. Yeah, but that's it for today, and I'll be back with a Facebook live session in 2 weeks. I can just check my calendar, see what date it is, if we want to mark that out. It's gonna be Tuesday 30th. The 30th of April, Tuesday. And yeah, I so much enjoying that you watch here. Let me see if there's new questions or new comments coming in here. Also, Rob Dugdale, hope I'm pronouncing your name in a good way. Hi Magnus, was going for a walk in the park. Now picking. Thanks. Oh, great. If I can get you to pick up the mandolin. Russet Brown, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Well, thank you, Russet, for watching. Mike, fantastic, great lesson. I'm going to learn some of those licks. You are truly inspiring too, Magnus. Thanks, Mike. And really glad I can inspire you. Drew, just got her. Can you start over? This is the best thing with the technique, isn't it, Drew? It's all there, so you can go back and watch it whole. But I think for the lesson, I tried to keep it like in a progression. So it's good point there that you can go to the start again. Because hearing only the last parts of this, I don't think you will get the message that I'm trying to get out there. Right. Very good, Magnus. I appreciate this. Thanks, Rob. Good pronunciation. Dugdale. That's it. And with those words, I leave you today. It's the 30th of April. See you again for a Facebook Live session. Take care. Bye.